Well, let's get those vocal cords warmed up then. I give you the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team for 2012. It's the Magnificent Seven, the Red Arrows. The team is led by Red 1, squadron leader Jim Turner. Just called them now into 7-arrow formation. The jets are closing up to be about 8 feet apart as they form one big red arrow a mile above us in the sky. Jim is a former Jaguar weapons instructor and Jaguar display pilot. While it's his first year leading the team, he was a Red Arrow from 2005 to 2007 and was part of the synchro pair. Jim's joined here at Bournemouth today by his wife Karen and his sons Aidan and Finley, so a very good welcome to them and a big hello. Smoke's on now. The team are forming shuttle formation. The 4 aircraft on the wings drop back to be a beam Red 6's jet directly behind the leader. While they're in this position further back, they still fly their references off the lead aircraft and just trust that the jet, only 6 feet away, is in the correct place. This is the shuttle roll. On the far left of the formation as we look tail on is Red 5, squadron leader Martin Higgins. Higgy is the team's executive officer and has rejoined this year, having previously flown from 2005 to 2007. He's a former Hawk flying instructor and Tornado F3 pilot with operational experience in Iraq and as the commander of the air defense flight in the Falkland Islands. The smoke goes off now. You can see the wings have straightened to form flanker formation. The pilots on the outside have to anticipate their control inputs to keep the wings straight, so they use the cadence in Red 1's voice commands.
Coming left now. Holding the bank now, tightly.
The second jet from the right as we look tail on is flown by another of our first year pilots, Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Martin Pert. Pert's another former Hawk flying instructor and was the solo Hawk display pilot in 2006. Operationally, he flew the Harrier GR9, flying over Afghanistan before joining the team this year. To the left now, you can see the smokes back on as the team reform that shuttle formation that you saw in the first roll at the start of the show. And as they roll out to our left 45 degrees, get your cameras ready for a great photo opportunity.
Heading it out, rolling out. So outside, wow, good. Pulling up.
Reds 4 and 5 roll back to form Eagle as the jets pull up at 400 miles an hour and 4 times the force of gravity. As they slow down now to about 120 miles an hour at 6,000 feet, you can see they've reformed that one big red arrow. I mentioned before about it being a very big year for the United Kingdom and that we like to think we represent the very best of British. Let's see how patriotic everyone here at Bournemouth is feeling this afternoon. And let's have a big round of applause for Her Majesty the Queen and for Great Britain. On the left of the leader with white smoke as we look tail on is the last of our first-year pilots. That's Red 3 Flight Lieutenant Mike Child. Chikey's another former Hawk flying instructor and was the solo Hawk display pilot in 2007. More recently, he's been flying the Typhoon, the Royal Air Force's newest fighter, where his duties were on quick reaction alert, protecting the airspace of the UK and the Falkland Islands. Chikey's wife, Christina, is here at Bournemouth, so a big hello to Christina. Out to our right, the team have formed a diamond. With 7 jets, we call this short diamond, and this is the short diamond roll.
Easy. Circle. Go. And roll.
The aircraft there at 400 miles an hour, 2,500 feet above us, and only 6 feet away from each other. Well, that's the end of the first half of the display, ladies and gentlemen, where you've seen close formation flown in a rather dynamic fashion. We're now going to change the tempo as we show you how the Hawk aircraft can perform. The Red Arrows fly the BAE Systems Hawk T1, which was designed as an advanced jet and weapons trainer and has been in service with the Royal Air Force since 1976. It's very agile and precise, and we're about to show you why all of us pilots love to fly it. Out to the front, you can see the front 5 aircraft. That's Reds 1 to 5, known as Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. They've straightened, and the synchro pair are tucked in behind. As they roll out directly to your front, get your cameras ready as the smoke comes on for the detonator.
Go.
Well, the synchro pair remain with us now, Red 6 on the left and Red 7 on the right. They're flying synchronized derry turns to position back towards us. On the left is Red 6 synchro leader Flight Lieutenant Ben Plank. Planky's another former Hawk flying instructor and Harrier GR9 pilot, and it's his 3rd year with the Red Arrows. These aircraft are now descending down to just 100 feet above the sea. They're closing at 850 miles an hour to perform the synchro pass. They're now turning away from us at 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity, so everything in their bodies weighs 6 times more than normal. And those guys are working physically hard to counter those G-forces. As they roll out back towards the beach, they fly the Cyclone. As synchro slingshot to the front, look to your left for the 5 headlights of Enid. The inside pilots perform tight, matched barrel rolls to the outside of the formation in the rollbacks. As Enid finish their rollbacks, look now directly to your front for the synchro pair. Number 7 smoke turns blue as he rolls around Red 6 in the vortex. As Synchro finish the double rolls, look to your right for Enid. Reds 1, 4 and 5 ease up to widen the formation slightly. And as the colour comes on, they fly the Revolution. As Enid complete their synchronised aileron roll manoeuvres in the Revolution, we need to look left and right again for the Synchro pair. This time red 6 on our right and red 7 on our left. Closing at 800 miles an hour, they're going to cross 3 times in a 360-degree 6G turn in the carousel.
Threshold.
Back in battle formation with some more red, white and blue. This is the Python.
Holding the bank. Now. Move bank. Holding. Flashback.
While we only have 7 jets displaying this afternoon, there is another pilot on the team who is Red 8 Flight Lieutenant Dave Davies. Dave's in his 4th year with the Red Arrows. Although he doesn't have a role in the display, he does have... Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Synchro pair. And now look directly to the front for Enid and the final manoeuvre of the display. Red 1 smoke turns red and he pitches up to draw the symbol for infinity around the rest of the formation in the infinity break. We are the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. If you make this cheer loud enough, I'll pass it to the pilots in the cockpit. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed the Red Arrows display. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for watching and for listening. And I wish you all the very best from the Royal Air Force aerobatic team.
Well done, and thank you very much indeed, Squadron Leader Mike Ling, the executive.